Okay, come here. That's right. Come on, Mandy. There we go. Oh.
Boy, you shouldn't be up there. It's a bad place for a kitty to be.
Oh. There you are. Here's your kitty, little girl.
I want to make every show great.
Oh, okay. You know, it's awfully late for a little girl like you to be walking. Here's a subway token. Okay? Thank you very much. These neighbor kids, huh? Okay, there you go, Susan. See what had happened? The nut here had loosened up, and I just tightened it and straightened out the chain. It'll be okay now, but be very careful, and whatever you do, don't ride in traffic, all right?
Thanks, Mr. Letterman.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you remember little Susan here, but she was on our show a while back, and I had to rescue her kitten, and after that episode, we got a lot of letters from folks asking about her, and I'll tell you what, let's just take a look at the night I had we were really worried about Kitty that night, weren't we?
Yeah.
Okay. There you are. Here's your kitty, little girl. Oh, boy. What a cute little tyke. Susan, how old were you when you first came on the show?
I was 5 years old.
5 years old, and how old are you now?
9.
You're 9 years old. Well, you know, it certainly has been a lot of fun watching Susan grow up right here on late night, and we're going to be keeping track of her growth in the future on different shows. Thank you very much, Susan. Nice to see you again. Wonderful little girl. Little Susan, ladies and gentlemen. There she goes. Okay. Oh, quite a type. Quite a...
Just a joke.
Oh, well, there you go. Susie. And a darn fine joke, too, Susan. Well, roll that out of. Let's see. This is your mess kit. You've got that. All of the stuff is in there. And white socks. You have 12 pairs of white socks. Okay. And here's the bug spray. You have a blanket. Okay. I hope that's warm enough. Oh, Susan. Oh, boy. I am... Jiminies. I can't tell you how disappointed You know, you may think it's the in thing to do, Susan, to smoke, but take it from me, it's really for losers, and I'm really shocked. And, well, you probably won't believe me, but Paul? Take it from Paul.
He's right, Susan. The only smoking we do in this band is with our music.
But they're not for me, Mr. Letterman. They're for my counselors.
Oh, for the counselors? Oh, okay, good. Boy, you had me worried there for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, little Susan, of course, has been here before on the show, and it's been fun watching her grow up on late night. Let's run a clip of the last time little Susan was here, okay? There you go, Susan. See what had happened? The nut here had loosened up, and I just tightened it and straightened out the chain. It'll be okay now, but be very careful, and whatever you do, don't ride in traffic, all right? Thank you very much, Susan. Nice to see you again. Wonderful little girl. Little Susan, ladies and gentlemen. There she goes. Oh, okay. How old were you, Susan, the last time you were here?
9 years old.
9 years old. And how old are you now?
13.
13. Well, you know, if you're going to catch that 1:30 bus for camp, we better get a move on here, Susan. Let me give you a hand with this. What the hell you got in here? Cement blocks or what? What is... Yeah.
Goodbye, Mr. Letterman.
Goodbye, Susan. Now, when you get back to town, give us a call. Okay, have fun. Okay. Susan? Susan, just a minute. Is this yours?
Yes, it is.
Oh, you forgot this. Come on back and get it. Okay, there you go. There, you got room for it? Okay. Oh, now here. What a cutie, huh? Oh, boy. You know, it really has been fun and kind of rewarding watching little Susan grow up right before our very eyes. Yeah. Thank you very much. Welcome back to Late Night Salute to Summer. If you're just joining us, we're coming to you direct from one of New York's finest beaches. And if you're the least bit hesitant about going into the water, don't worry, because as you can see, we have a qualified, registered, certified lifeguard on duty. And excuse me, what's going on up there?
Hi, Mr. Letterman. Do you remember me?
Well, sure, it's little Susie. When did you get back from camp? Ladies and gentlemen, earlier this summer, you may remember, we sent this little girl off to camp. We have that on videotape. Let's just show the folks the night that little Susie left for camp. This will be great. Oh, okay, good. Boy, you had me worried there for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, little Susie. You know, if you're going to catch that 1:30 bus for camp, we better get a move on here, Susan. Let me give you a hand with this. What the hell you got in here? Cement blocks or what? What is... Yeah.
Goodbye, Mr. Letterman.
Goodbye, Susan. Now, when you get back to town, give us a call. Okay, have fun. Okay. Boy, oh boy. Susie, how old were you when that happened?
I was 13.
13. And how old are you now?
I'm 16.
That's great. Come on down here. Let me get a look at you, Susie. Boy, oh my God. You can't go around like that. Give me a towel. Give me that towel. I just don't believe it. Now, you go right home, Susie, and get some clothing on. This is a network television show. You can't be running around like that. Good heavens, what happened to the little girl whose kitty I rescued from the tree?
That was months ago. You can't expect me to stay a kid forever.
Now, don't you use that tone of voice with me, young lady. You march right home and put something decent on. And you, pal, you keep your eyes on the water. Honest to Pete, you know, you think they'd show a little more respect. I'm sorry you all had to see this, and I guess there's no denying it. Our little Susie is growing up.
Oh. Well, it's like the movie says, Dave. These are the impossible years. You're just going to have to be patient with it.
Yeah, I guess so. Thanks, Paul. I feel better. Well, I hope we can not let that ugly incident ruin our fun. My next guest is a reporter for the Toronto Star. For the Toronto Star and co-author of this fascinating book.
Excuse me, Mr. Letterman. We caught this girl shoplifting. She claims you know her and you vouch for her.
Hi, Mr. Letterman.
Little Susie, what are you doing here? Ladies and gentlemen, you may remember the last time little Susie was on our program. And in fact, do we have a videotape of little Susie's last appearance? All right, let's take a look at the last time little Susie was on our program. Just watch the monitors there. Good heavens, Susie, what are you doing here? Come on down here. Let me get a look at you, Susie. Boy, oh my God! You can't go around like that. Give me a towel. Give me that towel. I just don't believe it. Now you go right home, Susie, and get some clothing on. This is a network television. Well, now, Susie, how old were you then?
16.
Yeah, and how old are you now?
21.
21 and shoplifting. I can't believe it. Why would you do something like this? I've given you everything. I've given you clothing. I've given you money. I've given whatever you wanted. Now, of course, my busy schedule did not permit me to give you any personal attention, but you really didn't need personal attention, did you? Oh, wait a minute. Now, maybe you did. Susie, I feel like I and all of late night have let you down, but starting now, all of that is going to change. I'm going to give you all the personal attention that you need. Come on. So you see, Susie, late night really does care about you.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Letterman. I feel much better now, and and I'm going back to the university again. But first, I have some unfinished business to take care of. Like taking these back to the department store.
Wait a minute, Susie. Maybe we can overlook this matter. Why don't you just keep the sweaters?
Gosh, do you mean that?
You heard the man, Susie.
Thanks for everything, Mr. Letterman.
Come on, Susie. I'll give you a lift back to the campus.
Give Susie a lift back to the campus. That was our own policeman Bob. We have a lift back to the campus. Well, in the year that we've been doing this program, perhaps one of the most popular features we've ever done is the one we're going to do tonight. Another installment of Dave's Bean-O-Rama, ladies and gentlemen. I guess, yeah, right? Thank you very much. Everybody understands how we do this. We have several different multicolored beans, several different varieties of beans, all the beans from all over...
Mr. Letterman, I hope I'm not interrupting you.
Well, no, little Susie, what a surprise. You know I always have time for you. Ladies and gentlemen, some of you perhaps recognize this lovely young woman here. We've kind of watched her grow up on our program. In fact, do we have a clip of the last time little Susie was on our show? Would you like to see that, little Susie?
You bet I would.
Okay, if you have that, go ahead and roll it, and then we'll get to Beans-O-Rama in just a minute.
Excuse me, Mr. Letterman. We caught this girl shoplifting. She claims you know her and you vouch for her.
Hi, Mr. Letterman.
Little Susie, what are you doing here? Ladies... Well, that was kind of a rough time in your life, wasn't it, Susie? And apparently things are going very well. You look much younger now.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's right. I feel better, and I'm back on the right track, and
That's great.
I have some exciting news
Oh,
for you.
good.
I'm getting married next week, and
Oh.
I'd like you to meet my fiancé, Bob.
Oh, sure. Ladies and gentlemen, little Susie's fiance, Bob. Well, it's Officer Bob, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
he's left the force. He's starting his
Nice
own
to see you,
detective
Bob.
agency next week.
Oh, that's great. This is all very exciting. Congratulations. And, you know, little Susie, marriage is a very important step in your life, and I'm sure you know what you're doing, Susie.
Oh, Dave, you sound just like my parents. They're always treating me like I'm so immature. I thought that by going out and marrying the first man that came along, that would prove my independence. That's a good reason for getting married, isn't it?
Well, frankly, Susie, no, it's not.
I knew you'd say that. You're just like all the others. I hate you.
She went and spoiled Beans-O-Rama. Damn. Susie, come back here. Susie!
Dave, that's women for you. Let's go get a drink.
No, I can't. Bob, was it?
Yes.
I can't. I gotta go find her. Here's the cards. You do Beans-O-Rama. I'll be right back. It'll go great. Don't worry. Susie! Susie!
Dave's Bean-O-Rama. As you can see, we have 3 jars of beans. One's filled with jelly beans, one with lima beans. In the other jar, that's for you, the audience, to determine. I'll need 3 people to assist me.
Susie! Come back, Susie! Susie, come back! Little Susie! Please come back, Susie! 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 Come back, Susie!
I don't think you're gonna find her, Dave. Jelly bean?
No, thanks. Susie! We're about out of time. I want to thank the studio audience. You folks were terrific as always. Also, I would like to thank Carol Leifer. Thank you very much, Carol. I'm sorry we're running desperately short here. Nice to see you again. And of course, you know him, you love him. You can't live without him. Brother Theodore. Also Alvin Eichhoff, Paul Schaefer in the band, Bill Wendell, our announcer. And good news, ladies and gentlemen. Little Susie has come back. Susie, briefly, if you could tell us where have you been exactly?
Well, when I left here, I really have to admit I had a lot of anger for you. I mean, I really hated you. Well, I traveled around for a while, did some odd jobs, and lived with a musician.
Uh-huh.
You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
But I'm back now.
That's good, and you look terrific, Susie.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
Tomorrow night, our first anniversary show. We'll see you then. Thank you very much, folks. Good night.